What's going on? Welcome to today's video. So if you didn't see in the last video, we got the Speed on the ground and it is absolutely slammed. We still have the jack that is stuck under the car, and that is because we didn't hook up any of the trunk stuff. So that's what we're gonna be doing in today's video. Clover is just watching me film this clip right now. So the airlift kit comes with this nice instruction booklet. So this is gonna be super easy. This wiring harness is cake. So the wiring, not worried about at all. So for the trunk setup back here, there's all the lines. I got this piece of wood, and what I'm gonna do is just bolt it to the back of this. So I already got where I need to cut marked, so we're gonna use the Sawzall, cut both of those spots real quick, put it on the back, and start figuring out a game plan for this. So I got this thing cut, and I'll try and show you guys how it's gonna go. It's gonna go like that. Obviously you can't see it, that's the whole point. I'm gonna try and get it all done on the ground here before we put it in the car, but for now, let's bust open this big polished tank. This guy showed up. We're opening this big chrome tank.
Thing's pretty shiny.
Dude, this
though.
thing's big.
Perfect.
Okay, so we're gonna get the tank mounted. It came with these little bolts. And then we're gonna cut these little foam blocks off. I'll let Brandon cut them off.
Shit.
Dude, my paint. Oh yeah.
This ain't doesn't cut very good, dude.
Oh, that's a metal blade. Oh, you did it upside down, dude. Dude, flip the tool upside. This dude.
Yeah, that's clean as hell.
That's clean as hell. Alright, cool. Let's bolt this tank up. Oh, good call, dude. She's dripping.
Holy shit. Where'd you get this at? It's an old shelf.
Alright, so we got the holes drilled. We're gonna have 4 secure mounting points on this. All 4. And we're gonna go ahead and put the fittings on the tank, and then we're gonna bolt it up.
Did you alright?
Was that me, or did he slap the hood?
That was you.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to find a... Well, I had found a hole, but this hole might be better, so... You gotta evaluate your holes, you know? Alright, so I drilled a little hole right below this. Ran the cord along the same part as I did the airline. I haven't looked back here yet. Oh! That's pretty good.
Holy shoot, this thing's on the ground.
I think I just screwed the pooch.
What?
You seeing this thing, dude? So it is the next day. We didn't film too much last night, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown of everything we did. We had Jackson, Branden, and Halen all over, so shout out to them for helping. I'll put their Instagrams in the description. First things first, I got the car all wired. The wiring is pretty self-explanatory for this kit, so I'm not gonna go over it too much. I still have to tuck all this, but for the ignition wire, we gotta add a fuse, so it gets triggered on by the rear cigarette outlet fuse, so that is pretty sick. And then obviously the controller is just plugged in with the USB. Trunk is a nightmare right now. This is what it's looking like. We kind of just did it like this temporarily to make sure everything works. So we are gonna fire this thing up here in a minute once I get the front wheels back on, and I'll explain why they were back off. But yeah, the tank is mounted, the compressor is mounted. This compressor is actually really quiet, which is super nice. Can't hear it in the car really at all. Once I get this front figured out, I will get all that permanently set up. But the reason the front tires are off is because when we put this on the ground and tried to raise it, it only went up about that much. So what I went ahead and did is I added about 3 inches of height to the coilover so that this can compress more. Where I left off was I was telling you guys about how I raised the height of the coilover about 3 inches. So I went ahead and did that, and one of the lines was smashed, so I have a temporary setup going right now. The car is completely aired out right now, as you can tell. The problem we were having is the front wasn't airing up at all. I kind of thought it was the sway bar end links maybe, so we took the sway bar end links off. Still didn't raise the front. I took apart the entire coilover, re-sealed it and everything, still didn't lift the front. And what we kind of discovered was it needed more pressure in the tank, or the front bags needed a ton of pressure to lift the front up. So I'm gonna be airing this thing up for you guys, showing you how high it goes, and then we'll air out and everything, because it is super freaking cool. Sadly, we will not be able to drive it in this video like I wanted to, and that is because the sway bar end links. I was taking it off, it actually broke. Not that surprised, the inside of this is absolutely junk. So new ones are on the way, and as soon as those are here, then we can officially drive this thing. That is very sketchily set up, but it'll work for the purpose of showing you guys how this works. So when you key the ignition on, this little thing will fire up, and the compressor is about to turn on any second here. There it goes. So as you can tell, there's 1 PSI in the tank right now. It says there's air in the front. Maybe I didn't air it out all the way, but I definitely did, so I don't know why it says that. All right, so the tank's at 15 PSI. Even when the car's on and the tank's constantly running, it still doesn't air up that fast, so I think we're gonna go ahead and order another compressor just to air up twice as fast. So I'm gonna let this get some PSI in it. The tank has to be to about 150 to get the front to air up. Also, I put the manifold way above the compressor because apparently it's a myth or something. There's some fact behind this that the manifold has to be higher than the tank. So we put it up here for now. And I'm just saying, once I put it up there, the front aired up. So maybe there is something magical about having the manifold higher than the tank. All right, we are at 100 PSI. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get the front to air up here. Obviously the front's completely aired down, like I said, so I don't know why that's reading that. Because there's, well, maybe there's a little bit of air to let out, I guess, but it still seems odd that it's reading 50, because that was definitely not 50 in there, but here we go. All right, so still not enough tank pressure to get the front up. Check the rear out though, the rear's sick. Look at that, guys. So freaking cool. Oh yeah. All right, so we had some audio problems with this clip, and this is just me showing you the front airing up. It's kind of weird, it takes a little bit, and then all of a sudden it'll just kind of launch up, so I still gotta figure that out. I think I just need more PSI, but look at that thing. Absolute monster truck. And then this is me just showing you it's absolutely tooted, so we're gonna do an edit like this. I just want to apologize for not driving it this video and the lack of recording, but there really wasn't a crazy amount of stuff going on besides the tank setup. But all that comes on the instructions if you are bagging your speed. So it's best you follow those instructions for the tank setup and 3-piece setup rather than what I have to say, because I don't know what I'm doing. But there's the front, there's the rear, aired up, aired down. Like I said, obviously got some stuff to work on, so we're gonna figure that out here in the next video. But next video, I promise we'll be driving this thing and hopefully nothing goes wrong. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. A lot of you aren't subscribed, so we need to get those numbers up. But go follow everyone on Instagram in the description. Peace.